We live, and I'm back. We live, and I'm back. Hey, we live, and I'm back. Good Friday, people. What is up with everyone's and everybody's? I'm back, y'all. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Back from the Las Vegas. So what I need y'all to do is like, share, and subscribe and say hello. This is my celebrate. We still celebrate my birthday, baby. On here on the live. I didn't get to celebrate with you guys last week because I was out of town. But I'm back. And I saw that my lovely co-host, CEO Sherry Carter and Darnell held it down. They held it all the way down while I was living around, getting around, getting. Y'all, I had so much fun, but I'm back. Y'all know I had to come back and see y'all. How y'all doing? So when y'all come up on here, I need y'all to say hello. Hello, and let me know where you're from. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope this Friday has been good for you. And even if it has not, you have made it through. You've made it through the rest of this week. So you are here, and we're going to celebrate with each other for the accomplishment of this week. I pray that your week was productive and you got everything that you needed to get done. And I just appreciate you guys for always checking in. All right. He checking in. I'm just saying. He checking in. We appreciate you guys for always supporting us, coming on. For those that come on later, we see your comments. We see that you are liking, you are sharing. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell that every time we upload a video, that you can see that we are uploading a video. Blast our YouTube, y'all. Any social media that we need y'all to blast it and share, because the information that is going over, like last week, baby, I was in my hotel, supposed to have been out and about. I was in my hotel looking at them. Okay. Because it was very interesting to see, especially when Cheryl on the line, because you know what I'm saying, she be trying to get out the way. But it was very, very good. It was very, very good.
And she does.
Yes,
And
she
I had to
does.
tell her, I said, look, you will be on 31st. I had to tell her. I didn't ask her, I had to tell her. Because she would be trying to dip out at any given moment. Like, you can't do that always now. Come on now.
Now, she do got a game on 31st. You know, I done checked. Ashley got a game. I tried.
Oh,
But, y'all, we got some extra party people in tonight that are coming to visit. You know what I'm saying? We got the little hype crew in the background. So you may hear some yelling backwards and forward. It's just our hype crew. It's all right. Don't be scared. We hope we hope y'all are having a good night. Where are the people at? Where? Okay, get on your phones. Pick up your phone like they do in church. Pick up your phone when you get ready to give, and they want you to give by Cash App and all that. Pick up your phone and start adding people to this live. We need to see the people on the live because we had no Freestyle Friday. Yes, this is still Women's Month. And we know you women got some questions, maybe some thought, maybe something in these past few segments have really stirred your thinking, and you really got some questions concerning what my brother is representative of men tonight. You may have a question as to what men think about certain things concerning women, or just questions, period. We giving y'all space in the month, in our Women's Month, to ask these questions. So we need y'all to come on. So I'm going to go on here and start adding people. So I need you guys to do the same thing.
well, since you're doing that, I since the beginning of Women's Month and having these conversations, I begin to notice something about me. I'm not as traditionalist or as conservative as I thought that I was. And a matter of fact, I had a conversation with my coworker just a couple of days ago about women, their place in my life, or how I view relationships and things like that. And so we got to talking about a working woman, a working man, what many people may consider the place of a woman. Majority of the time we always tell a woman she got to stay in her place, as if a man doesn't have a place that he should be in as well. But we was talking about marriage and finances, and so I was talking to my friend about it, and I made a statement. I said, they're like, well, what do you feel? Matter of fact, it wasn't my coworker. It was my niece's auntie. So she was like, "So what do you feel about a woman and her working and all the different stuff like that? Would you want your woman to work?" And
Mm,
that I do want my woman to work, and it's not so much like I need her to work, but this is the reason why I think when I talk about relationships, I want my woman to work because I want us to build our kingdom together.
right.
Yeah, and so I'm discovering when a person know they have stake in a relationship, they work harder at it
Come
and something
on.
flowing. But a lot of people, they want to be stay at home. Well, I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking because, like I made a statement the other last Friday, and I said that I don't need a woman to come and cook, clean, and do all that stuff.
Yeah, I get you. Um,
I can clean my own house. I can cook. I come from a family of, the men can cook. So if that's the only reason why I need her for that, then then she doesn't serve a purpose for me. But in my mind, I define a helpmate differently from what most men have. Their interpretation of what a helpmate is. Your job just not to help me just as for the sake of helping me. We are partners in this relationship that we can build what we need to build. Whatever we agree to build, that's what we're going to do. And the reason when I use the example right here, and I was talking to her about it, and I said this. I said, think about it. I said, if I'm the only sole provider in the family, if something happens to me, I don't care what I have in place, but if something happens to me, how can the family move forward? And I said, once I build up a certain lifestyle, which I'm planning on to do, I don't want to revert back to where my struggle was.
baby, come on. We don't want to have to go back. We know
No,
how. We know how to survive, but we don't want to have to go back to survival mode.
right.
And when you said steak, I'm gonna tell you two thoughts at one time came in my head. I saw steak as though like you're building something and putting something down in the ground, and I saw steak as like meat. So one of the things that popped up in my head was when you're talking about relationship, you know, women as well as men, the woman should be able to put something down in the ground and also know how to fry the meat in the pan. And I think when you are ambidextrous, which a lot of women are, they're very ambidextrous. When you find those women that are helpless doves and all they can do is a certain thing and they're really stuck in the box, it isn't because they can't do a different thing. It's a choice to be kept. And we talked about that, in another fashion. And I think, what challenges men to want to stick women in this box, in this context, because, we talked about how some women don't know how to be ambidextrous without letting that person know. Like that's the same thing I feel about, being a Christian. I shouldn't have to wear a t-shirt and hat and talk with thus thou's King James version for you to know that I'm saved. There's a certain lifestyle and a certain way that I walk where you already know. So for a woman, first off, she needs to know her own value and the value that she carries. And it's something about when you know yourself and you have a self-worth and an identity, there's no proving. So you don't have to be this overly dramatic, um, whether it be overly dramatic in emotions or overly dramatic in trying to prove yourself to anybody. You could just be comfortable in filling the spaces that are needed to be filled without making the man feel less or any of that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I wanna tag this in here. When I was talking about the financial part, and I said, now let's not get it twisted. We're gonna base our relationship off of one income. Whatever you bring to the table is gonna be candy for us,
Mm-hmm.
and we will use that for our storage purpose. Like the Bible talks about, you pay your tithes and your offering, and God said, "Why there may be meat in the storehouse."
Come
So
on.
whatever extra we bringing in is going to be for meat in the storehouse. That's because the reality of it is, I don't care how well off you are, there's going to be a storm. There's going to be some
Mm,
challenges. And I always said that I want whoever I'm dating to be an independent, dependent individual. I don't
mm,
want my person to depend on me for everything, because I want you to be just as intelligent, just as versed in the relationship as I am. Now, like I told my son, just because you swinging low, don't make you all of that. And I told my daughter, just because you ain't swinging, don't make you less of a person.
mm. That's very good.
You are valued in any situation. Don't ever walk in a situation where you are less valued because of your gender. And I teach her that. And I know a lot of people don't like those values because they feel like that you putting, you killing traditional values, but to me, you strengthening those values. Because if we go back to the thing, like one preacher was preaching, and he was saying that when God created Adam and Eve, he created them together. They were speaking spirits. What we think of a man or a woman, according to Genesis, wasn't exactly it. Now that's for my
Yeah.
Bible folk. That might be a little over somebody's head, which is fine. But I teach equality in a way, and I believe equality. I'm like, God, my mind is just advancing, and I think a lot of us as men, I think a lot of times we like to feel like we it because we suffer in our esteem area. It really is. If I can get Joe to follow through and listen to me because I'm the man, I lack
Yeah.
something.
Mm,
And I tell people this all the time. Sometimes a no catches my attention, if you know what I mean.
yes.
Like,
Yes.
tell me no sometimes catch my attention because you are an independent person. But you mentioned about steak, like both perspectives, STEAK, STAKE. And I was talking about STAKE because I need you to put something in the ground. That stake
Yes.
represents a seed. Like I'm going to be just as much as sacrificial as you are in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just so much. Just this Women's Month have really my thoughts have been challenged, and I'm looking at things differently. And I know a lot of people may say, "Well, you're not being biblical in your perspective." Well, that always can be argued at any point. We always can argue a position. And so, like, I'm learning whatever, however you want to run your home, you run it that way.
Yes.
And I'm gonna run my home this way. So,
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what I learned over the weekend. A lot of you guys know that I went to Las Vegas for the weekend, and just I got to be around a few strong men that you know really take their leadership into. They take a real importance in standing, as a man, and me being okay, you tell me this all the time, like Joe. Sometimes you gotta allow people to do stuff for you. You can't just be, doing stuff. When I
mhm.
tell you, I didn't touch a door handle, I didn't touch a bag, and that was refreshing at the same time. I was able to discern when it was my time to step up. If that makes sense, because a lot of time as women, because we're in leadership, we have a hard time allowing a man to be a man sort of let him, stand in his stead. But we also have to know the time when to discern, when to just sort of insert ourselves without being overbearing. Because there was a particular moment, again, I didn't have to do anything. I was very like laid back and I really relaxed the weekend. And it got to a space where, I wanted to make sure that, he understood his value in my life, just like you in my life, as a brother, as a friend, as a confidant. Like, I want you to always know that I don't take you for granted just because you're around and you do for me and you make sure I'm well. That, oh, that's just my brother. No, there are times where you may come around me and I say, you know what, brother, I got you today. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And even if you don't say anything, I know that those things where women learn how to be ladies and step back. If you're still a leader, but it's almost like a dance. You start off leading the dance, and maybe you may get tired out, and I'll know when to carry.
Right.
And I really got to experience that a little bit. And I was like, okay, my discernment kicking in. Praise God,
But I think that's a difference in respecting the sexes. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm,
saying? That's a
mm-hmm.
huge difference. So me respecting you, like certain things I do, like Joe, I got this. I'm carrying this because I was taught to respect the woman in that aspect. Like you open a door for a lady, things like that. Especially when you go into a building. Now, I don't always open the door for a woman when it comes down to a car. Like, babe,
Listen, because these guys, they turn around and look at you like, what you doing? You better get out.
I don't always do that, but if we come to a building, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna open up the door like to that building. It's not so much that I think that you under me. It's just the idea that I'm letting you know, hey, I'm making sure that you are welcome into this space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like me carrying your bags, that's respecting you. It's like this is letting you know, hey, you don't have to always carry everything on your own. And then you
Mm.
made a statement like, like sometimes you reciprocate like that dance. You let me know, hey, you don't always have to carry this on your own either. There's some things
Yeah.
that I can carry. There's things you
Mm-hmm.
can carry so that you got that dance going on, and connections. And when it comes down to femininity and masculinity, relationships, marriages, and things like that, it's always that intricate dance. But I'm telling you, like it's I don't believe in balance anymore because people always say, you got to be balanced. Well, there's no truth in being
Baby.
balanced.
No,
There,
I
there's some things that happen, um, because you prioritize. So at this
yes.
moment in relationship, I see that this area need to be prioritized. So I dance in that direction. I carry that. There are gonna be
You
other
better
moments.
you better say that, brother. You better
Yeah, I
say
stole it.
that.
I stole it from you. You got my attention, so I had to play with it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Come on.
vice versa. And I think a lot of time we need to stop. We need to kill this narrative of placement and positions because nothing is always at the same placement of the position. Like,
No.
like for example, doing your little girl's hair. The woman may be sick, or you may not can't get a hold to a woman. And you remember this time when I had my niece
Yeah.
and I had nobody, and we was talking. I don't know if you suggested it, whatever. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going on YouTube, and I sent pictures to everybody. Look what I did. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
she felt good about her. It must have been pretty because she's very particular. She is a girly girl, like for real.
Yes.
But I think sometimes we need to kill that notion like this is my place. No, sometimes you have to be, I'm using this word lightly, versatile in our perspectives, in our placements. Because Joe, there's some things that you may have to pick up as a woman, and there's some things I might have to pick up as a guy. You
Yeah.
know, but this month has definitely been challenging, like to me in my thought process, and that's all I keep thinking. Like I go to bed thinking, like, what was I taught, and what did I believe that was not necessarily true? It might have
I
been
like
true to me, but it may not have been
yes.
true.
I like what you said a few minutes ago, and it made me think about we was talking about the dance, and there's no such thing as balance. I think the act of balance is what people misplace because there is
Yeah.
I motion my act to balance out things, but you have to I call it a symphonic movement because in a symphony,
Wait, pause, y'all. Pause. I told y'all my sister is worded. I
whatever,
told y'all she's worded. What you just said, symphonic movement. Like who would ever just anyway continue, continue.
whatever. I'm a music person, so in a symphony, at different times, at different, you may have the day crescendos of the drums, and then they come back down, and then it's the horn. They all play and flow together, but it works. And so that's not necessarily a balance, but it's a movement. It's always flowing. There's ups and downs. You think about ocean and waves, like that stuff in the ocean gets moved because the waves moving, constant movement. And so
Mhm.
if you're balancing, you're thinking about a plateau.
Yeah.
There's no movement in balance. If you really just think about it, like when you got something on the scale and you found to balance it out, it's literally
Right.
at a
There's no
standstill.
movement. It's a standstill, and that's not healthy.
No,
That's not healthy in the confines of a relationship and confines of human socialization. That is not healthy
no.
because that means that you're not moving forward. Sometimes it tips this way, sometimes it tips that way, sometimes it's actually close to each other, but it's not always what you think it is.
Yeah,
Um,
you have to redefine words because
yeah.
I'm just saying, you say, I need to find my balance. I need to find my zen. I need to just find it. My feng shui. I just can't. I'm like, oh my God. Like, and you ain't found it yet. I know somebody told me, okay, y'all, transparent moment. I was dating this guy and he dropped off the face of the earth. And he came back 3 years later. And I said, what happened? He said, I just had to find me. I said, okay, did you find you yet? And he never found himself. So what is the problem?
You know what? I think often that we hate dealing with reality.
Yes.
And so it's easier to dip out. And I'm an honest person. It's just what it is. And have I lied before? Yes, I have lied before. Front like I've been like just so saved. No, I've lied before, and I had to deal with my lies. I had to deal with that. But in saying this, most of us hate being honest with ourselves. So we like to pass off of everything else. Like you said, why'd you disappear? Had to find myself.
And
Did you
baby,
find
still
yourself?
lost.
It's still lost. No, you didn't deal with you. You didn't do the I cannot think of her name. I never could get her name right. You know what I'm talking about, right? Right, Elsa.
Here you go.
You're a coward. You're a coward. Absolutely. What's that lady name that come on TV? She dark skinned lady. Come on. I can never get her name right. Y'all always tell me like, hey, that's not how you pronounce her name. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm trying to think about it.
Okay, so she always talk about doing the inner work of the soul. Like,
Iyanla Vanzant.
Yeah. See, I don't want to chop up her name like I normally do.
That's my girl, baby. That's my girl. Baby.
So
she
most of us
you need to sit with your emotion.
Right.
That's what she say.
And most of us don't like to sit with our emotions.
Baby, I be trying to drop that thing off. I be trying to drop them off.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. Exactly. So we want to sit with our emotions, sit with what's going on in our lives because we don't want to take responsibility or we want to deal with the trauma. So
which one of them deacons said emotions make you cry sometimes?
It make you cry for
emotions
real.
Make you sad sometimes. That what it said. one of them deacons said that.
Yeah. It's either with the deacon or the bishop, one of the two.
It's one of the two. It was either Joe or KC.
Yeah, one of them. Like, yeah. Yeah. So it's like, most of us don't want to deal with our emotions and we want to deal with that stuff. And it's needed. So you can't say you're going to just find yourself, discover yourself without sitting with your emotions, owning it. Whether what you experienced was your fault or someone else's fault.
Yeah. First of all, if you're trying to play discovery, you might want to find the one that made you. That's gonna help you, because they better at the map than you are. You can try your best to discover yourself, but you're still gonna miss pieces. I mean, there are years pass by, and there are still new things that is being discovered about myself. Like, I didn't even know that. Like, I think it was you to like, hey Joe, do you know you don't talk before 12? Of course I didn't discover that about myself because I'm living with myself. Who am I talking to?
Yeah. Like just matter of fact, like a discovery moment, because we had a back and forth situation. You told me that like you get almost, you get loud, and I had to think about this. And once we had calmed down, I said, well, Joe, this is how my family talk. We're not angry. We just So you're like, well, I never experienced it. That's not how we did in my house. And well, like, I'm sorry, we just loud. My grandma had 13 kids, and most of them was around each other, and the grandkids, the great grandkids, and we can have discussions, be loud, and then turn around and laugh. And those who drunk after they got through having their disagreement, they go, "Hey, you want a beer?"
That's how you get loud in our family, baby. It's on and popping, okay?
No, see, that's the thing. Discovery means a whole lot.
Yeah.
And so, like, and what made me do that, because I didn't want to be mad at you because how you saw me. So I sat with that idea. I sat with our conversation, and I'm like, you know what? This is my way my family expressed themselves, and you didn't have that in your home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I had to discover that. And I said, Joe, I said, look, I said, this is how my family, this is how we talk. So this is what I'm accustomed to. So, but what it taught me was how to be aware of other folks' experiences.
There it is. I think I learned that working at Security Finance. One of the things they teach you is to learn your customer, learn private things about them. So you're not just there being a collector, give me your money. But how's your family doing? Your mama's still in the hospital? She said, but those are things that you have to want to know about a person. You have to want to. If you don't want to, you're not going to remember nothing about them but the $20 that they gave you for the bill. That's all you're going to remember. And my customers, even when they wouldn't pay nobody else, they would call me and pay me because I didn't just care about the $2 that they brought in. Right. I made sure they was well or made the best decision, for them to get, like, I feel so bad for some of these people that go in, these elderly, and they're working on a fixed income, and they call them to renewal to get a credit towards them. You only give them $5. They renewing their whole loan to start all the way back over for $5. That would make me mad. So me being me, because I know your situation, okay, you can renew today and you'll get $5. How about we wait next month and then you can get $150? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna renew. We're gonna get some money out of it. And so being like that, even when you're talking about family, I think I am well versed in being around people and really being aware of who they are, period. Because I never wanted to make other people feel how I felt. Yeah. I felt like I would take my time to understand people, but nobody took the time to understand me. And then when I would do something, it's, what's wrong with you? And why you like that? And da, 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 da. And you're like, can I get the same understanding I gave you? Because you
it's funny you say that. I think I'm coming out of this because your brother, I am a giver. I am a lover, not in a sexual sense, but a lover of people. And I would do the sacrificial work and don't get that in return. And when I'm telling you my heart be crushed, I'm like, dang, I sold into you when you didn't have nothing. And now I'm going through and you can't see my struggle.
Because you can't expect you out of you.
I'm learning that. But before we go on with this conversation, let's get in our Women's Month advertisement.
The Conversation Podcast with a K celebrates Women's History Month. Sheryl Sandberg stated, "We need women at all levels, including the top, to change the dynamic, reshape the conversation, to make sure women's voices are heard and heeded, not overlooked and ignored." Women have made many contributions in impacting every spectrum of society in the world. The Conversation Podcast honors and salutes you. Happy Women's Month. We may have made many strides throughout the years. They have made an impact on 7 mountains of influence, which is family, religion, business, education, arts, media, and politics. Have you considered sponsoring? You can Cash App us or set up reoccurring monthly donations. Our Cash App is $RareImage26. For reoccurring contributions, scan the QR code at the bottom. The Conversation Podcast highlights 2 businesses every month. If you want your business to be mentioned, email us at rareimage26 shirleyjoy26@gmail.com with your information. Are you looking for an uplifting, inspirational music? One that will encourage and energize your spirit? Check us out on Live 365 Vision Radio, the Rare Image Company. The scheduled program will start shortly.
Don't prove me wrong, prove you right. Don't prove me wrong, prove you right. My word is bond, we don't spit no lies. A daughter of the sunshine, but every blue moon I come alive at night. I like lace and I like braids, but I love my...
What's up? I don't know. I like the ending. That little.
Me too. Don't prove me wrong, prove you right. Yes.
Yeah, that joke was
I be
smooth.
getting it. It is.
I'm like, so it's funny. I'm getting better at these selections. I promise you, because I didn't have take. I'm like, Joe, now what you think?
You did that, brother. You did that. Give me some
I
props.
appreciate it. Hey, I'm learning, people. My sister is my tutor, my leader in that area. She's like, I don't know, this, sometimes, you gotta go with the mood, and like, okay, I feel you. Leadership, that's what she's strong at, and so I honor that. And my sister is, she's very gifted in so many areas, very discerning.
My brother be
Very
hyping me up. My brother be
She's
hyping
discerning. She's
it
discerning.
up. Oh.
She's a discerning woman. So, hey, we're not gonna be on here long, at all. And our guest for tonight, she's not feeling too well, so she's recovering, and so that's why I'm on here, because I wasn't supposed to be on here at all. Like,
Be ye also ready. Be ye also ready.
This whole month, y'all, to all my viewers, to my good people, I was looking to take a break.
Be ye also ready.
Y'all lay hands on Joe in Jesus' name.
Do y'all have any questions, those that are on the line? Do y'all have any questions or comments? Look, I know Elder got some.
El Charles got a lot to say. I can't wait to Men's Month, because he's gonna be on the show for Men's Month. I can't wait to that morning.
He gonna be fine.
Yeah, gonna have us laughing. This is the
Child.
reason why we went into almost 2 hours of laughing.
Baby, that was the longest. That was a record.
That was a record for us, because usually 59 minutes we dip in. Please out.
Oh, thank y'all for coming on the show. We love you guys, baby. We forgot what time it was. Mess with El Charles.
Man.
We need a timekeeper with you, okay?
Mhm.
I'm gonna be y'all men's timekeeper. Y'all ain't gonna have us online all night. Y'all better transition to Clubhouse. They do that. They in the club. Hey.
Maybe that's what we do our backstage conversation at. Like behind the curtain. You know what I'm saying?
Now that's something right there, baby.
Yeah, behind the curtain from 8 to 9. Where we can have some real deal deep convos.
I'm scared.
I'm ready for it. I am super ready for it to have real conversations. Look, y'all, we do appreciate you all for coming on our show and supporting us week after week. And we do apologize for coming on late the times we have. Sometimes, moving about, computer issues just popping up. And so I'm going to take a trip down to North Carolina, and completely wipe out the computer, start back over, because I thought I sent some information. I don't know what happened. I can't remember because I'm sleepy. Yes, because she asked me questions. She was like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sleepy.
Never mind. That's just a reboot.
And so, hey, so look, we would like for you all to sow into us. That will be like wonderful. Like, yeah, you can cash app us, $ Ray Image at the bottom, 26. If any inquiries about our packages or about us, period, Ray Image 26 at gmail.com. All right. So also, if you would like to be a residual sponsor, you can this is how you can do what you do. A sponsorship pack. We got platinum, gold, silver, bronze, 60, 40, 20, and 10. Just scan the QR code. It will send you to the form. And what will happen is everything goes to the bank. We don't see nothing and don't want to see nothing because I ain't got time to be in jail.
Don't be an Olympian for the sponsorship.
And what we will do, we will shout you. We'll create a whole board of our sponsors. That we
y'all remember them boards like PBS? They scroll down the hundreds, the $20 givers. Yes, I used to be. I want to be on that board one day when I grow up. The PBS
and,
board.
We ain't gonna shame you. Don't worry about it. Look, every gift is a good gift,
baby. It works. And thank y'all while I'm on here. Thank you guys, each and every one of you guys that said happy birthdays. Like I had too many to say thank you to individually, but I appreciate all of the love that I received. It is not taken lightly, and I appreciate you guys. I'm another year older, my God.
Lord.
But 41 is all right to me.
Yeah, y'all. She just left us, and she just did her thing. Praise Him.
I left.
But if you still would like to donate, what you could do, you could cash it out. Joanie, right there. It's right there over our faces. I wasn't trying to do it like that, but you can donate. Jonisha Green on Cash App, you can donate like that. Yeah. So
ain't that nice, y'all? Didn't he do such a wonderful job? He did such a wonderful job.
My sister Piggy. I'm telling y'all. All
I said was green and gold.
Nah, no. One time I was trying to find a picture, and I thought it was a nice picture. And she told me that was an ugly picture. I should be ashamed of myself.
Yay!
It was not ugly. It was nice.
He didn't have me no makeup on or none, Jesus. He just gave me a plain old picture. It's darn.
The picture was nice. The picture was nice. For real, y'all.
He think everything I do nice. I need him to know.
I mean, if it ain't, I'll tell you if it's ugly. If it's cute, it's cute. I mean, like, no, you go do
he won't know, y'all. He lying, y'all. He don't say ugly. He be like,
Yeah. Well, that's me saying it's ugly. You got anything else? Living with women. Since it's Women Month, Ella Charles, you can vouch for this. You can't be too quickly tell a woman that is ugly. Now, some women might be strong enough to handle it. God bless y'all women, but they were women. No, I lived in a house full of women, and I learned, certain things may not be always appropriate to say.
That's right, because all I'm waiting on you is put on the wrong pair of socks. That's ugly.
No, it ain't gonna be wrong pair of socks. It'll be wrong pair of suit. That suit don't fit you just right. No, you need to take that off. You got.
But you know what? My brother, he didn't say nothing about that day. He let me put on that 2 little shirt and go to the funeral. He didn't say nothing. He let me go, y'all.
No, because
he let me go to.
No, because you trying to do what I was doing at the time, trying to hold all your stuff together.
No, I wasn't. Y'all left my shirt. They left my shirt. And I had to put on one of my brothers. And at that time, my brother was into compression everything. And so it compressed me. Long story short, they let me go to the funeral that way. And I had to lead a song. And when I hit that high note, that sucker rolled up.
I'm going up a yonder.
Baby. Like I had a booster bra on. You hear me? With the wire underneath. That thing picked up everything. And luckily I had an overshirt on it. Because if I didn't have no shirt, baby, everybody would have saw my stomach and everything. It was, and I looked at both my brothers. I was sitting in between both of them. I said, that's why when we get home, y'all gonna get me out this shirt. That's right.
And while we were pulling out the shirt, me and Booty was just laughing because it was just funny.
I was not laughing at all.
this has been like I always said, we have great conversation. And this conversation was an impromptu because our guest wasn't able to make it on tonight. And we're definitely gonna be praying for her and for her recovery, for her speedily healing. I think that's the right word, but y'all got what I'm saying. Pray for Etta Jackie. Pray for her that God will, speedy recovery. That's it. The pray God would just, touch your body. There's a whole lot going on. So Etta Jackie, we love you. We love you. We salute you. And we're going to get you on the show again. So we about to leave out of this space. You hear me? And I'm sorry for the outro. I got to work on that. So we got to go. I'll fix the outro later. We love you, good people. Mwah. Peace out.